Well, hello, Forestview staff. Today we are going to be flipping our faculty meeting, and we're going to be doing the majority of our PLC meetings will be held during our faculty meeting time. So what I'm doing is I'm sending you my message so that we can use our time to work on our PLC rather than you being forced to listen to me for a long period of time during a faculty meeting. So we're going to make this short and sweet because I don't want to take a lot of your time because I know it's very valuable and you've got a lot of things to do during your planning or after school. But I do want to talk to you about a couple things that we've been talking about recently. First thing I want to do is share with you a little technology minute very quickly. I'm going to give you this this little sheet of paper here. It's called iPasscode app. Is a new app that a lot of folks are using. This was shared with us by TSS. I've talked many times about teachers getting a passcode or password app put on their phone. I think it's very valuable, especially if you've got a lot of different passwords and codes and things that you need, like for instance home base and some of the other things that you have to get into a lot of times, and you don't have that sheet of paper on you that you need to get in the Mercrell or some of the other things that we do online. So I'm going to give you this. I've got this app on my phone. It's a wonderful app. It's called iPasscode app, and I definitely would suggest that you get that put on your phone so you can use that to keep up with all of those passwords that you have throughout the day. Also, we want to talk a little bit about PLCs today. PLCs today, you guys, your goals are going to be to obviously to analyze your data from your common assessments that you've had recently. We're always wanting to talk about making sure that you look at those individual students that are just not getting it and coming up with some ways in which that they can get some remediation and get them the help that they need so they can be successful in the classroom. Okay, that's very important. Also, I'd like for you to talk within your PLCs a little bit about your EOC reviews. Many of you have been reviewing throughout this past 6 weeks, getting ready for your EOC exams and also for your teacher-made exams and other exams that we have. But if you've not talked with other folks within your PLC or within your department, make sure you have those conversations and come up with a plan so that your kids can be successful. We want to also make sure that we want our students to be motivated, and we want them to see a little light. If they're not doing very well in the classroom, we want to make sure that we motivate them so they'll do their very best this last 6 weeks of school in the semester. And so we want to make sure that you sit down with that student. If they've got very low grades, you want to give them some sort of hope, give them some opportunities to make up some work. Make sure that they're motivated as they're going into this final 6 weeks and going into these exams. Because you know as well as I do, if these students are not motivated and they really see no hope, they're going to shut down, or they're not going to do very well in exams. And that not only will that hurt them, but that's going to hurt you as a teacher and also hurt our school. So we want them to be motivated. So work with those students the best that you can. You don't have to tell me how you're going to do that. Everybody has a different approach to motivating their students. But please do that because it's going to help that student do well as we go into this last 6 weeks of school. The couple concerns that we had with the TLT, we met with those folks last month, and a couple things have already been dealt with. But one issue that we're seeing is that a lot of students are wearing hats and toboggans and a lot of earplugs and things like that within the classroom, and then they walk out into the halls, and then we have issues there. So I would really encourage you to make sure that you stay on your students. If they wear hats in the classroom, they're wearing hoodies, this type of thing, to please make sure that they're not doing that. Also, if they're wearing big headphones and it's not for instructional purposes, make sure that they put those headphones away. They should not have earbuds in while you're instructing them because obviously they're not going to be able to hear you or they're not going to pay attention. So please make sure you stay on your kids about that. Make sure that they put the earplugs and those type of items up, and also no hats in the classroom. Let's talk a little bit about testing. We do have a testing calendar that we have gotten together. Tomorrow, Ms. Blunt, Ms. Tippett, and Mr. Brown will be going to a testing meeting at the county office. They're going to be getting a few more instructions on exactly how we are going to be doing testing. We already know that testing will take place January the 13th through the 17th. We've got a preliminary schedule. We have been given a little bit of room to maneuver as far as what days and what periods we test on what days and that type of thing. So we're going to be looking at that. Once we get a couple questions answered on Thursday, we will adjust that on Friday, and we should by next Monday have a finalized schedule for our school. I want to make sure everyone understands that that with our testing process, we're going to need all hands on deck. It's going to be a team approach. We're going to be asking folks from our community to come in and proctor exams for us. If you do know of anyone that can come in and proctor, please make sure that you go ahead and try to get that person in and let Ms. Blunt, Ms. Tippett, or Mr. Brown know about those folks so we can go ahead and schedule that as quickly as possible. Also, I want to let you know there's been a little bit of a change as far as how much the actual exams, the weight of those exams, and we'll talk a little bit more about that probably after Thursday, but just to give you an idea, EOC exams, of course, are 25%. Those teacher-made exams are 1/7 of the final. And then those North Carolina final exams are 20%. Those, what we consider used to be the MSLs, are called the North Carolina final exams. They're going to be 20%. So I want you to be aware of that as we go forward, and we'll be giving you some more information about that a little bit later on. And of course, the other thing we'll talk about is next week we have our holiday luncheon that's going to take place in the library. We're going to have that set up about 10:30. The PTO has been gracious enough to come in, and they're going to supply the hams and the turkeys and other items for us. We just asked for the teachers to bring in some side items. We've got a sign-up sheet in the teacher conference room or in the teacher workroom. We'd like for you to go in and sign up and bring that special dish that you're very good at making, and we're all looking forward to that. We'll be meeting with PTO on Monday. We will have some adults will be in there that will make sure that the food is set up. I would ask that you bring your items in to the library as soon as you possibly can the morning of, and we'll go ahead and set those up and get those set up for you. If it's a cold dish, you may want to put that in the refrigerator and then bring it in around 10:30 so that we can have that set up for our luncheon. Should be a wonderful event. We're looking forward to it. I would like to make sure that you realize that if you don't realize this, this will be our only faculty meeting today. Our faculty meeting that was originally scheduled for the 18th, I'm going to cancel that so that we can enjoy that day and then get ready for the holidays. I believe that's all the information that I have for you today. If there's anything else, I will let you know during our faculty meeting later this afternoon. I hope everyone has a great day, and I look forward to seeing you at the faculty meeting at 3:10. Have a great day, Jax.